Hi, friends, family, angels, aliens, all of you. It's Wendy. It's Wednesday in January. And I just started, but technology was not my friend at the moment. And I'm still trying to, here we are, get this better. So I'm going to read you one of my stories. And I'm not making much jewelry, but I'm very excited with the series of bird paintings I've been making. And I already sold 4 to one place and 4 to another. I imagine them grouped is going to be really fun. Let's see if I could make this good. And so I'm not making much jewelry, but here are two. Here, I don't know. I didn't really plan this well. This is a special order for somebody, a collector named Lindsay, and I couldn't get it on Facebook. It wasn't letting the picture stay on top. So I thought I'd show it to you because it's different than the one she saw before, and I don't know if she, wants one more like that or who knows. Anyway, and that's a beautiful Swarovski jeweled cuff, and I made a cherub pin, and we don't have many cherubs left, but I think I'm going to try to produce them with the 3D technology. So my prices are going up this year. I'm tired of Warhol kicking me in the butt, and so I'm not going to raise them that much because I live in reality, I think. I've been listening to Joni Mitchell a lot lately. I really was more into Dylan and Joan and Judy Collins, but my cousin Jerry Rice turned me on to Joni Mitchell. All of a sudden, I'm just like wanting to hear her all the time. So I guess I'll read you my story first. Is this okay? Here. There's a writers group at the Ashland Library that I'm hosting. It's every other Monday, and so we all read our stories and comment positively to the other writers. It's lots of fun. Here we are. Let me have a line on the story. I have a recurring dream. I'm a stand-up comic on stage. However, instead of telling jokes, I'm telling people how to be happy, a skill I have worked on for many years. In order to be the artist I am, I need to stay out of the way of crisis and bad juju. I never watch the news anymore. It's too frightening and depressing, and I can't do anything about it. I built an imaginary wall of titanium and fairy dust between me and a neighbor who hates me. Although it starts imaginary, it becomes real enough, and I summon it whenever I need it. This probably is just common sense. I think that's like the funniest line. We can all forget it in complex conditions. I meditate a lot. Holding a crystal helps go deeper faster. I have a very restless mind. When I'm not doing anything actively, I begin to examine language by sound, shape, and meaning. This is from last night. Universe sounds like you, Y-O-U, universe. So I started a list. Universe. Unique. Unicorn. Uniform. Youthful. Then I found the U in the second syllable, like beauty, beauty, beatific. When not active, I find it good to let my imagination wander to wordplay and lists of things like this. I invented or discovered a language called Wenglish. Wen for Wendy and lish for English. Wenglish. I seem to find a magnetism in the empty space between the words. They pull letters from each side to form a new word, like with you. I see thy with you. I guess I could show that in the camera, huh? Where is it? Anyway, here we are. With you is If you write it down yourself or look at it, you can see the thy in the middle. I love doing a list based on INRI above the cross. Became INRI, in reaching, in regards, in reclaiming, in recalling, in receiving, in renaming, in reclaiming. It gives new meaning and shape to my universe. This may not be for everyone. We've been taught to see things a singular way, and it can be disturbing for some to challenge the way it's always been for something different and new. It's fun and exciting to do it visually as well. I look at things backwards and forwards, upside down and right side up, even inside out. I see 9, N-I-N-E, in the middle of inside out. My name, Wen, is new backwards. No one in my family calls me Wendy. It's always Wen. I made up a little poem about it. Mom backwards is mom. Dad backwards is dad. Bob backwards is Bob. And Wen backwards is new. All these games can bring creativity to life and keep us from the mundane existence of day-to-day living. Another tip to create lasting joy is no longer to engage with troubling family or acquaintances. Of course, we all know this, but it's challenging to remember, especially when stressed. Anyone who challenges your dreams or vision shall be shunned. And there's a little more. Maybe I should, let's see. I'll do a little more. To be happy, I listen to comedy a lot, play music I love. My favorite is Bob Dylan. I think deconstructing and reconstructing language is a great pastime. I remember as a child till now, I was riveted to words. On the highway going to my grandparents every weekend, I'd see merging traffic and was fascinated. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop here with that. And I'm working on my book. Now we have at the Ashland Library a writers group, and we meet every 2 weeks on Monday and share stories and get good input. So I'll keep writing. I want to get my book done. So here, let's see, how can I position this phone a little bit? Oh no, I was afraid of that. Come back here. Uh-oh. Okay, I have to put it back on this resting thing. That's what's the trouble. It doesn't want to stay there. Okay, stay there, please. Thank you so much. Okay, here's let me move this a little forward. It's two penguins, and I call it rainbow penguins. And I thought I had my measuring tool, but these are all really small, like 9 by 12 and even smaller. So this is rainbow penguins. I paint them in acrylic, and then I put gel, golden gel on top of it, and then I work on it with these metallic markers I got from a website in China. And here is, this one is called Vulture Lover. Here, you want to smile? Come on, smile for me. Vulture Lover. Oh, that word's not in there. Vulture Lover. And you can see all the marker details. It's a lot of fun to make it like that. It makes it very animated. And this vulture is holding a heart. So you go here. And this is fun. This is a smaller size. This is called Feed Me. Feed Me. And these are baby birds in like day-glow colors with their heads out of their nest. And I'm getting distracted with my jewelry here. So it's a lot of fun painting these. I have a book from National Geographic with gorgeous photographs. Some of these aren't done. gorgeous photographs of birds, and that's what I'm using beside my imagination, which is starting to take over. Here's a golden pheasant and its mate. It's kind of cool how it looks like they're coming out of the same body. I should maybe work on that a little bit. Super cool. Yeah, I already sold 8 of these. This one it's also not finished. The finished ones I put up at Pangea, where I'm having my yearly art show, my 9th year. And for some reason, I'm really loving the vultures, and this isn't done. It needs, like a better eye and more paint and stuff. Vulture culture. And they're like, pop art vultures. What a strange thing to paint. I was going to go to dinosaurs, but my friend told me, do you know anyone with a pet dinosaur? And I don't, but I do love dinosaurs. But I think I'm going to paint cherubs. And I've ordered 2 books, but I also have some pictures of, oops, sorry, I'm turned away. Pictures of my family when they were babies. They all look like cherubs to me. This one is sold to my friend in New York. It's a proud mama and baby sun conure. And I had one of these birds when I lived in Connecticut. And she would do this trick where I put my hand out like this, and the bird would lie down, and I would pretend to exercise, and I would say, pull and release. Or what was it? It was like, pull and stretch, and release and relax. And the bird would perform this hilarious pulling her tail up to her beak and then back. So it was like a show, but the bird was doing it, and then I just figured out the words, which I can't remember, but it was so much fun. It was like, pull and hold, now release and relax. And Mango would go back and forth. It was a great memory. I love that bird. I don't have any birds anymore. As I'm getting older, I'm simplifying, I guess. Here's one. Here's the picture I got it from in National Geographic book. And it's, see those iridescent paints? They're so beautiful. They come as markers, and then I put them on top of the paint, and then I cover it all with gel, like gel, right? And then there's flakes of gold and other color gold leaf in here. So the bird has captured I don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's a diamond. Wow, how about a diamond? Anyway, some of these I'm still working on. And I'm starting to use canvases I had around the house from before, like this one had the flowers, and integrating the birds on there. So we love it. Here's a good one. And the parrot is saying to the bird, you're green too. And there's a green parrot with iridescent paint, silvery paint, and the little fish. Did I say bird? I meant fish. Well, a parrot and a bird. You are green too, it says. I like to add a little humor to them. There's something about these paintings I love to do. Here's one that I sold to my friend in New York. Parrot with a carrot. It's Wendy Gell 2024. And I'm going to do a lot more painting this year than jewelry. I feel like painting a lot now. Parrot with a carrot. And let's see what else we have in this thing. Oh, yes, I love this one. It says Neon Vulture. Look at that color. Oh, my God, it's like Disney-fied. Don't you love this? You love this. I want to keep this one. I don't know why. It says Neon Vulture Wendy Gell 2024. And the energy of the colors, and it just reminds me of Disney and Star Trek, and maybe it should be like a greeting card or something. I really like this bird. Okay, I'm going to buy it for myself. All right, it got me excited for some more. Here we have, this is a red-headed parrot, and you could see, here, come down here, you could see that. I had 5 birds in Connecticut, when I lived there, I had this big, beautiful, sort of mostly glass room near the lake. I had 5 birds, including my beloved Rosie, who was an African gray parrot and would say the funniest things. One time when I was leaving the house, she said, "You're wearing that?" In my boyfriend's voice, who would say that. "You're wearing that?" I haven't done an African gray yet, but he sends me sometimes CDs, and the parrot, Rosie, was talking, and there was music, so it's fun to listen to them because I feel like she's still here. Okay, this is... I don't think I've shown this one before. It's so cute, right? It's a little stunning bird in iridescent green and blue. Look at the pink iridescences. And then a butterfly's landed on her beak. She looks a little stern. And behind her are these bubbles are rising. I like this. It's kind of fanciful, like imaginary. So you're so cute. I love you, birdie. I'm so into the birds. Sometimes when I'm out there in my garden, I feel like St. Francis. So, yes, I showed you this in the beginning. I actually had a false start before I started, so I don't know if you saw. I'm raising my prices this year. I have to. Everybody else is. And this is, don't have many cherubs left. So this one has a lot of jewels and dichroic glass and enameled yellow daisy. And she needs a little face cleaning. She has a beautiful halo of gold and pearls, and the stones. There's a magic marble on this side, and then she's kicking this cube of jewels across the universe. That's $100. Wow. And this one is made for a special collector, but it's a little bit not like the one she saw, so I don't know if she wants it, so I might as well show you. But at this point, I want to dye with a paintbrush in my hand, not a glue gun, so I'm going to raise my prices and try to get rid of inventory. That's like backwards, right? You lower your prices, but no, I have to raise my prices and keep my paintbrush in my hand and my dynamite metallic markers. This is really good. It's for a wonderful lady who collects my things named Lindsay. So let's see what time it is. Oh my God, it's not even 20 after. Yes, yeah, just something like 20 after. Should I read more of my story? I think I will. Let's see, where were we? I'm looking for the other page. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I think disconstructing and reconstructing language is a great pastime. I remember as a child till now, I was riveted to words. On the, I should put a painting up there because you don't want to have nothing to look at. Yes, my gorgeous neon vulture. Okay, the Old Testament was also all about the word. Test, amen. Upside down, amen is a win. Stop reflecting me, I shout, but it never stops. And everything was one. I lived in New York City most of my life, tormented by the signs everywhere, one way. In the middle, it either said when or new, depending which direction I was reading. Even north, south, east, west could become when's directions with just a twist. West, east, north, south. It can be very funny as well. My namesake, King Wen, one of the authors of the I Ching, the Chinese Book of Changes, was from the Chao dynasty. When reclaimed to my time becomes King Wen of the Wen dynasty. Wendy Nasty. And I do love being nasty sometimes. And then in this document, there's the general index of the I Ching. It says the well, Si Ching, and King Wen. Here, I'll show you with all these things there. Pages. The first time I remember hearing my name out loud was hearing the song "A Wendy Saints Go Marching In." Even in the New York City Public Library, where I would go to get away from work, smoke a joint on the way, there was a rare book room. It was called the O&D Young Room. Can you see Wendy in the middle of O&D Young? It's fascinating for me, spirit and form. Maybe this is all too revealing. When I learned to read, we were taught to look at the shape of the words. Being visual and curious, I saw Wendy Gell as well from the outside. I wrote a little poem or meditation about it. I am the well is deep. I count my blessings in my sleep. Water, water, heaven's daughter, God Almighty, Aphrodite. I think that's a good place to end. And I thank you for coming to visit. And I'm so surprised to be at this height of creativity at this time of my life. Who expected it? So I'm so grateful to the muse and the angels and the energies and the Wenergies. And I wish you all a fantastic, happy, prosperous, healthy New Year. Here from Wendy Land. Bye now. I don't mean bye now. I mean bye now. Finish.